Hello everyone, my name is Notepad and on and I write games for fun. So what are we doing today? Well, today we're going to be compiling Kiznite, or Kiznito, more particular. Yeah, that's pretty much it. We're just going to be compiling, really. I said I was going to do this and I may as well do it on stream because I got nothing better to do. So, yeah. Let's get going. So yeah, again, the basic concept is that this is going to be the true version. And you kind of see here, this is kind of the true version. This is going to be the raws, you could say. And by the raws, I mean I'm going to kind of cut down on some things and make things a little bit easier to read at some points. Generally speaking, just because that's a lot easier to do. This is pretty much this is pretty much it. Nothing too exciting. Let's see what you need to play. You're heading 3. What you need to play offline. What I can do is do something like this. Not heading 3, we changed that to heading 4. Because what I should do is go here, footnote, inserts, table of contents, there we are. But yeah, no, it's pretty simple. Let's see, PC can either play Human Spirit Resident Kiznito. I decided I'm just going to use the term Kiznito because that's kind of what the very particular thing says, Kiznito. So let me see if I'm spelling Kiznito. 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 Kizunaito, 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 play Kizunaito online, use smartphone, blah blah blah, let's see, as well as these, both these are Jade. Let's see, such as Cocophoria, comma, Udoranium, Roll20 Foundry VTT, or what would be another good VTT in the top of my head, or tabletop simulator. Yeah, you do need a board for this particular game. She should have a picture of you drinking with a hand on your forehead on the credit page. Really helps with the vibe. I don't know what you're talking about. I mean, it's just how it goes. Let's see. Play with one. We recommend play with 1 GM and 2 PL. There we go. Let's see. Participants. Because I had to make a note pretty early on of being like, yep, this game is kind of worded weird because this game does very much assume that you are brand new people who have never played role-playing games before, and because it assumes that, some of the wording can get very strange. Six-sided dies. Six-sided die. A 6-sided die. Writing tools, copy of sheet paper. In this game, some paper sheet is required. Let's see. So, character sheets. One soul point table, and then a reference documents. Just kind of making things a little bit easier. Also, for those curious, I'm using Verdana as the main title as well as all the headings, while I'm using Droid Sans as the body text, because I like Droid Sans. I think it looks very nice. Okay, how to play this game for TRPG beginners. Okay, so let me just do... I need to use this. Oh, didn't mean to do that. How to play this game. How to play... Let me see. How to play this game. Game for TRPG beginners. There we go. The absolute basics. 2 ways to play. 2 ways to play. Prepare to game if online. Prepare to play a game if online. First, let's decide the GM and the PL. And then let's fix this all up. So heading 3, we need to readjust this all down to heading 4, actually. Yeah, welcome to headings. This is gonna be fun. I don't know. This is gonna be really big and fun. Let's see. So, Human Spirit Resonance RPG Kizunaito. I love Kizunaito. Kizunaito-san! Oh. Oh, Gilla. The saga of Gilla continues, and I still laugh at it because Gilla's a unique creature. Because recently, I don't know if you all know about this, but apparently it's been a big deal that people have been leaving the scene, leaving the indie scene. It's a sad thing. But it's like, who's leaving? Oh, Gilla's not leaving. You gotta remember that. Gilla isn't leaving. He's just left the internet after he had a falling out with his friend or something. That's what I've been kind of getting the vibe of. Go direct to someone's house or karaoke. Play around the desk in case online you'll be while making a call, etc. on the internet. Making a call on the internet. Oh, I adore this game sometimes. Don't readjust my mic slightly. Let's see who gather to play the game. Also on the desk are their dice or an application to substitute sheets that are downloaded. Sheets are. Let's see. I'm gonna bring up my notepad document every now and again. Just also on the desk are their dice or an application substitute. Sheets, the proper sheets are the proper sheets printed and ready. And writing tools? Question mark. If you are not ready, let's take a look at necessary things to play and proceed in the preparation. Prepare the game if online. Discord, Skype, or Line. I have to remember how to get rid of the little line under here. There's a way to do it. I don't know how to do it though. I will think if I'll find that way later. Let's see. Let's go over the scenario. Or in the scenario story, you can join, jump, or sample scenario. I'm going to get rid of this because I haven't translated sample scenario 1 or sample scenario 2, nor do I plan on it. So this we'll read out notice and handout pre-information. What kind of PL play with? The PL selects one of the form. Please read the handout as you imagine what your role you will play in that scenario. Please read the handouts as you imagine what role you will play in that scenario. Delicious water. I should get some coffee. That's what I should do. Let's make a character. Oh, sweet Jesus. Okay. Let's make a character. Yeah, let's have fun. Okay, so the thing is, prepare to play this game offline. Prepare to play this game online. First, let's decide this. Don't need the fact that it's been translated by a certain thing, because that's not the point. This is where I forgot I needed to. Okay, next let's make a PC. Player character, original character that you can move to learn how to create a character. Read the section and follow each step. If the character you're playing for the first time, we recommend Quick Start. The sample character. Character is divided in 2 elements: data and flavor. In Quick Start, we'll use the data is already data is already determined. Only can create only flavor. Flavor, if you want to create data, oh my god. By all means, first time. Either way, let's decide the flavor firmly. What kind of past does the character have? What beliefs do they have? What do they like? What do they dislike? More. Let's make various settings and make characters more and more reality. What beliefs? What is the first person? What beliefs do they have? What do they dislike? And what is the first person? What is the first person? And what they dislike. Let's make various create various settings to make the character more and more realistic. You can people who can draw try to write a picture. Try to draw a picture. Even those who don't know, try to list the lines that the character seems to say. Take time and take the time. Take your time and make sure you create your character. There you go. Got to capitalize the term character because that's just going to be a common factor throughout the rest of this thing, by the way. Let's see. Let's check the rules. Can I fit the let's check the rules section in here? I don't know why it wouldn't let me paste it there, but it just wouldn't let me paste. Let's do this. Let's do a light session. Let's do a session playing with T. Let's do a session right away. But before that, let's check the rules first. The actual way to proceed is for the GM to read out the information seed written in the scenario, and PL appears there. And the PL appears there. And we will make the story together by talking and acting with NPCs, character and GM moves, which come out of the scenario. Also, make sure to read through the rule part. If you have any questions, feel free to contact us on Twitter account, on Twitter, at Hayato7627627884. There we go. Okay, let's check the rules, and let's have a session. This is literally just the first section of the game, and we are on 28 of page of 82. Give you the idea of how fucking slow this is going to be. It's great. We need to add a space. We need to remove that space. Maybe like to. Learn about the flow of the session. I hope the session will be fun for one of you. When the story ends, session is over. Let's move to the afterplay. Please try to grow your character and play a new session. Let's see. Beginning. Self-introduction. Refers to self-introduction created by the players, not to mention your own self-introduction. Let's actively explain your PC setting. Characteristics. Characteristics of the other PL and GM other players and GM can easily get involved, such as the class of the PC, the relationships between the twin soul, what kind of appearance, what kind of personality, etc. Okay, please try to go to your character, blah blah blah. How was it? Did you enjoy? Did you have fun? The mandatory "did you have fun" section. Let's see. I hope you share a fun experience. If you want to create your own character data, try creating PC. Use the construction method. Also, if you want to try GM, I would be happy if you can try GM yourself and tell various people the fun of Human Spirit Resonance RPG Kizu Naito. Kizu Naito. Let's see. Gil's next game is his own version of Icon. Why? That's my singular question for that. Why? Why would you want to make your own version of Icon? That's the question. For those who don't know, I don't actually like Icon. Oh, please, please. I'm gonna remove that. Yeah, I'm gonna remove that simply because the weird thing is it's hard to tell if it's Kiznite or Kiznaito, because if I looked at here and by technicality it's Kizu, like it's written as Kizu space Naito. This is actually how it's spelled out, like if you were to spell it out raw. However, like it likes to translate it to this, like Kiznaito, which feels correct. I mean, Kizu Naito would mean that, like the versions I've seen is, you know, and then we have Kiznite. You know, we have Kiznaito, Kiznaitu, Kizu Naito, and then Kizunite. All four of these have been mentioned in one way or another. So kind of like seeing like what is the right one. I made the call of Kizunaito. I think it's a far more like raw translation, but I think it should work. But there we go. That is the absolute how to play, like the basic rule terminology and what you need to play. Next, we need to go to character part, which is heading 2, which is character part, because every day I laugh. PC components. The PC in Kizu Naito has the following 6 components: life and death, glass, the knot technique, which we're going to be changing, by the way. Unfortunately, yes, we're going to be changing the knotting techniques, simply because that's not quite how I believe it's supposed to be. I believe it's supposed to be a tying technique or a binding technique. Okay, so our basic ones there, that's heading 3, so you need to be heading 4, you need to be heading 4. These were actually all the exact same. Like all the, like how everything went over. I had to just readjust things a lot of the time. That's the main issue. And I'm gonna put a space in between each of these just to make sure everything looks correct. That. probably put you on a different page. So, life and death. Life and death. The first component is life and death. Put that in brackets. Doesn't get whether the PC is currently living, capitalize, or dead, capitalize. When creating the twin souls, which is the living and which is the dead. Sort of things get a little bit complicated just because it didn't like making these. But what I'll probably do at the end of it is literally go through and just Control F and just replace everything that needs it. Is not possible for a living person. A living person and a living person. Or a dead person and a dead person to be twin souls. Connection to twin. Let's see. This determines what the connection between the twin souls is like and define their power of both. If you are a living person, it indicates the existence. It indicates what kind of existence the dead is for the living person, and what's connected to the dead person. If it is dead, represents part of the living where the dead usually dwells. Binding technique. Binding techniques. The third component is binding. Binding. Give me 1 second. We do any mention of knotting becomes binding. So, let's see. PL can acquire by selecting 3 binding techniques when creating a PC. However, the binding technique cannot be selected by the class. Not be selected by the class is different. Let's see. How one of 3 binding techniques you can create. However, the binding technique that can be selected by a class. Each binding technique that can be selected by a class is different. And actually, that can be selected is different for each class. For each class, binding can be used during these. Binding can be used in detailed explanation. The use of binding. Please refer to about binding decision in the rule part. We will mark this into red just to double check it later. There's already a good version of Icon called D&D 4E. It's called Kizunai. Guts isn't Gatsu. Kizunai. Bindings. Yeah, binding is correct. Like it's weird because it's like Kiznite sounds correct. Kiznaito is the correct way of saying it. And it's like there's no good way of doing this. I might yell at one of the JRPG guys and see being like, what's the exact way of doing it? If I keep it consistent, just hitting Control F and finding replacing will probably be easiest. Yeah, it's a mess. It's a messy thing. Yeah, binding is correct. Okay, so apparently Gilla is making a Forged in the Dark Lumen game, which is just Forged in the Dark twice. I find that very impressive, that a man can just make the same game multiple times and claim it's different. Very fascinating. Resonance is resonance bind. Fourth component is resonance binding. In addition to the usual tying, binding, there is resonance binding, which is a particular powerful effect. Resonance binding is a death blow Activate when the souls of twin souls of a twin soul are close. Player can player can be attained by selecting one. A resonance binding can be attained when creating a PC. Please select one here. Please select one here. And then we're gonna mark this in red just so we remember that it's a thing I need to fix. Then we have to do, yeah. Fifth component is a item. Tool that the PC can use is in item. Session to make fact player can select two types of items. PC creation, retrieve them. For a list of items PC can acquire. See here. Sixth component is personal flavor. Welcome to Flavor Town. Hell yeah, we're going to Flavor Town. But you know, I'm simply Guy Fieri in a different world. Personal flavor is data that represents setting details. Please see here. This is literally to me just trying to make sure that everything looks correct, because this is going to be the kind of thing that, like, one thing wrong will break the entire fucking game. Okay, so how to read the character sheet. Yeah, we're going to select how to read the character sheet should be. Please fill in character name, fill in the player name, fill in the life and death, living, fill in the life and death, living, or fill in the life or and death. Fill in the state of life or death. Yeah, we're going to do that. Let's change it to normal text. You're not going to be the normal fucking text. This is the one issue about porting things over, is that I'm going to have to do this quite a bit. It does not help, actually, that this entire thing is very, we will call it temperamental currently, because this is all coming from a weird website that sometimes works and sometimes doesn't, because it's a Japanese website, and what I've learned is that Japanese websites are apparently powered by what I can only really properly describe as faith. It is literally faith in web design from 2003. It's great. I don't know what you guys are talking about. It's the best. I love 2003 web design. Is there any conceivable metric of why this is the case? No. I can very honestly say that there is no reason to why this is the way that it is. It just kind of is. Why is it 10.5? I don't know. It just is 10.5. Why is it so, like, why is it built the way that it is? Yeah, I do not know. If I was just typing this out, this would be a lot simpler, but I'm not, so I don't get to have fun like that. So, let's see, did anything else break? No, okay. So I get to select all of this, go to here, and then update normal text. God fucking damn it. There's nothing on 2. Where's 2? Where is it? Where are you? Where are you? No. No. No 2. Okay. Alright, so it just decided that it wanted to kill up. Yep, it decided that it didn't feel like doing any of this. Awesome. Awesome. I love formatting. I love formatting. I have no idea why it's doing this. That's the best part. Actually, I know why it's doing it. It's doing it because it doesn't understand what I'm trying to... It doesn't understand what I'm trying to do. So it's what it's trying is like, oh, well, I need to do this. Because what happens, for those who are curious, tab is weird in some cases. For example, in this notepad document, if I hit tab, this is actually a thing that I can select. I can do this and I can hit tab multiple times. That's just how it works. However, in Google Docs, it does not register tab as something that can be selected. When you tab, it's you are editing something. You are more messing around with this, the ruler. When you mess with the ruler, the entire thing starts breaking down. It does not like that. Anytime you mess with the ruler, things go wrong. Step 1. Always remember, things will go wrong the second you start messing with things. It's great. I love it. This brings me how to read the character sheet. So, this means I got to kizunaito.com. So to select everything, I need to find character parts. I need to find the download section, download part. Need to find the download part over here. Is this, am I by the download part? No, I am not. I need to... Is this the PDF? This is the PDF. Alright, so I'm going to extend that all the way. Live on air, you're going to see me show everybody how I usually end up doing character sheets. I have no idea how this looks on stream, by the way. And generally I don't care right now because I want to get this done. Do 18. This. To select the back bottom half here with the snipping tool. Do just like that. Perfect. We put you like this. As you can tell, this is actually made in PowerPoint. Because yeah, that's a thing, and that's a thing in this, that it's made in fucking PowerPoint. See, are you going to play nicely? You are not going to play nicely with me. So what I need to do is I need to go over here. I'm going to put this like right here. Okay, so we need to put you over here, and now we start adjusting things. I think I get now why the thing is, like, even going over this project, I've begun to slowly understand why we just don't get many JRPGs over here, because this is just annoying, because Japan, why? That's my question. Why are you the way that you are, Japan? Was it the nukes? I'm sorry for the nuclear, nuclear destruction of your country. However, can you please make your web design out of 2003? Please. Actually, we'll call it PC name. PL name. Life/death. Then our class, because we need to get our character sheet set up. Don't you worry about that. That's, I know what the resonance is. I know what it is. It's just I need to fill it out. So we need to do this, and then we need to do. It's a very particular one. Yeah, we need to do 28. We need to do. For the half a person interested in this, this is what I have to do. This is what I am doing. String 26. I'm using Futura for this because Futura is great when it comes to things like this. It's a very readable font. And readable font is what we need right now. Half of me is thinking about making this just form fillable and being like, yeah, you just write your own shit in. I'll probably keep it like this though. We need to select you right here. We need to get rid of you. Usually don't like filling in things like this simply because you have the chance of nicking sides. But do it all in one stroke. I'm feeling confident. Let's try to get this one done if I'm looking at this correctly. Oh, see, that's what happens. That's what happens if you're not paying attention. I could probably just make this character sheet. I could probably just remake the character sheet just by hand, but I'm me, so I don't want to. Resonance not resonance binding. Resonance binding. Then we do distance. And then we have effect. Actually, that looks terrible. Actually, this looks terrible. This is the one disadvantage of doing everything in fucking paint.net. You kind of got an eyeball a lot of things. Effect. Which brings me to item. Effect. Use. And then finally our Yui soul, which we learned was our own weird thing. Which is pretty much the, Yui. That pretty much means that your character is effectively going to be removed. There we go. So that is Das character sheet. I'm going to save that to my Kiznite folder. And then we'll close that out. Yeah, everything looks good there. Okay. How to create a PC. There are 2 ways to create a PC in Kiznite. Delicious. Okay, so first is quick start. The first is quick start. Quick start is the quickest way to select one pre-planned form. Mirror information. I even have quick start. The quick start characters. I don't even know if I don't even remember if I do or not. Nope. God damn it. I don't believe I actually do. The second is construction. See here. Because remember, this is a goddamn website, and everything has to feed into one another. I do have quick start. Okay. Do I want to add in the quick start section? I feel like I should add in the quick start section. Alright, let's do this. Okay, let's try to get the quick start done today. That'll be my goal. So how to create a PC. How do we want to do this? Let's actually see how things look right now. How to create character part, how to create a PC. So we use heading 3, I guess. We'd use heading 3. It's going to be a little janky, but yeah, we'd have to use heading 3 to make everything flow logically. So we do a quick start. If anything, I'd probably do something like this just to kind of separate them. Quick start, we will continue PC the following steps. Use sample character selection. Transcript to sheet. Determine personal flavor. So first things first, we're going to readjust all of these. Be the correct thing. Next, we're going to hit space on all of these because there's a giant thing of why are you here? Add space after paragraph, remove space after paragraph. There we are. Next we have to, let's see, you're heading 3. Yes, this is all correct. GM after determining sample characters, copy the corresponding part to the character sheet. Determining personal data. Cool, awesome. Next we get to do, Jesus. technically we should do determine. This is heading 3. That means we have to do heading 4. Determine personal flavor. Personal flavor is your ability to determine a personal flavor, who you are and why you do the things that you do. Normal text. I think I know what the issue is. I think, is it registering this as normal text? I think it might be registering this as its own thing rather. Okay, I think there was a little issue there, but that should be fine. Determining personal flavor. Each individual has a table set. Table set you decide by rolling the dice. I like shaking the dice though. Rolling the dice when you made is choose what you like. You make a random decision on the table, then change it to whatever you like. Win soul encounter. Yes, this has to be heading 5, which we're going to change to Verdana. Ah, Jesus. Okay, this is where things are going to get a little bit wonky. Okay, because 12 is the minimum I can go. So if we do Verdana 12, we do heading 5, set it as black. And we do something like this instead. Make this heading 5, because there's going to be more. That's the best part about this entire thing, is that there will be more. Personal flavor, determine what kind of relationship. A pair of twin souls. Technically, I only really need this side. And I don't need this row. Can I fit? No, I ain't fitting the rest of this on there. Yeah, welcome to oh wait, I could fit everything on here, but just barely. Oh, there we go, perfect. It is the relationship between the ancestors and descendant. Okay, so let's do a quick. So we'll make it like this. Here's what we're going to do. So decision table flaws. Same wound and bruise on the head. Same wound and bruise on the same wound or bruise on the same wound or bruise inside the body. So same wound and bruise. As ancestor and descendant, the relationship between siblings. Parent and child, grandchildren and grandparent, distant relatives, relevance, relationship between twins. Memento. Dead person left a weapon in his or her hand. Ornament left by the dead. I got the daily necessities left by the dead, holding a toy left behind by the dead, clothing left behind by the dead, holding a book left by the dead, stepped on runes, place connected with the dead. Oh god, that reminds me, I'm gonna switch all of this to the right fucking font. Wait a second. I wonder, can I do this? No, they're not going to let me do this, are they? If I do... Oh, they're going to let me do this. Yes. Prepare to save some room, baby. Hail to the king. So you do 1 dot. Now it's just it's treating it as a table, not literally me typing 4 dot, 5 dot, 6 dot. This doesn't seem very impactful, but it does make things look a little bit nicer. And I have to do it this way because what's going to happen if I try to do it, if I try to select this and then this hit like up here, I'm correct. Yeah, it'll just do, it'll treat it as if these aren't actually separate entities. Like it's not part of the table. That's the silly part because Google Docs is a silly program that only works really if you look at it right. And sometimes I don't look at it right, and it gets mad at me. Well, that looks a lot nicer. Let's see, location table, which brings a cause of death. Dead, cause of death. How did we meet? And here is the cause of death. We don't need English, obviously. Gonna do this because this should technically make things work just right. There we go. Text. Droid sans. And ooh. There we go. We do that. Twin Souls purpose. Do this just to make sure everything's correct, make sure nothing breaks. Because I don't like it when things break, because they're going to break dramatically. I'll work on these later. I'll work on the sample characters later, man says, fully intending to not do that. Let's do... You have no particular goal. Twin Souls purpose, we put you right here to maintain internal consistency. Because internal consistency is important when it comes to these things. You do this, and you look gorgeous. Alright. So, this doesn't seem like we got a lot done today, but we actually did. For context sake, we're on page 44 of 182. Yeah, 44 of 182. And we are officially hit page 16 of the actual compiled document. You can kind of see now why the compiling is important. I think this is I'll probably work on this again a little bit more on Thursday. I kind of got sidetracked a little bit today. I meant to stream earlier. But yeah, generally, oh Jesus. yeah, there's gonna be a lot more of me just having to go through and double checking some things. So, thank you all for watching. My name is Notepad Anon. Yeah, props to Indolphin for putting up with Also, I should say this. My boy Indolphin translated Delta Green into Chinese. Him and his team did. So good job. Jesus Christ, how horrifying. Yeah, it's one of those things where you have to first get everything translated, and then you have to like slowly make sure everything makes sense, and then translate over. Like, don't forget, this is like budget bullshit translation. Like, this is a stupid, dumb translation effort. You gotta remember that. Like, by all accounts, this is like the least professional looking thing available. However, it's like people doing this like full on, like super legit. God, I do not want to be them. That sounds like AIDS. But yeah, no, I respect the hustle in that regard. I think this is also one of the big reasons we don't really see any of these things come over to the West. I think that's a really big one. I did see the other day, though. I'll close out of all these. I need to look at not Twitter. I need to go to Silvervine Publishing. Silvervine Publishing actually was talking about this today. This is the thing that they were talking about today. Which is, let's see, let's get things started with our very first indie JTRPG system spotlight. Villa Seal of the Blue Sky. I saw this today, and this looked kind of interesting. Wait, why aren't you? I selected the same thing twice, didn't I? Yeah. Cool. You see how well? Yeah, I thought this looked kind of interesting. This is a Villa Seal of the Blue Sky. It looks like it's like it's a settlement building JTRPG. Very indie. I've never heard of this thing before. Yeah, it's all about crafting. This RPG has sometimes been described as pen and paper Minecraft. I can definitely see why. Each character can get their own house at the beginning of the game, with the house layout basically being a second part of the character sheet. This actually seems pretty neat. Yeah, like this is actually kind of neat, and I'm like, oh, this is cool. Yeah, you can technically get it on Booth. It's 1,000 yen, and like kind of looking through things here, it's like this artwork looks very familiar, and I can't put my finger on why it looks familiar. Let's do a little bit of looking around. Slow Front Life Frontier. Author, dice, 6-sided dice, use about 10. Second work by Mildrak, by the Circle Mildrak. Hello, Mildrak. Please tell me more about your games. I see they're a Wix chat as well. Like, yeah, this seems to be their big thing. Looks like they have maybe something else coming up. Let's see, like what did. Yeah, this is seems to be their baby child. I am seeing a clock, maybe? I'm seeing a character sheet where you have to build a house. Yeah, we're building a house. We're going to build a little house together. Yeah, looks like you can buy a physical version for about 1,500 yen. Let's 1,500 yen to USD. So about 10 bucks. Let's actually let's download the quick start, everybody. Yeah, baby. Yeah, everybody. Let's download the quick start and see what's this all about. All right, gamers. All right. Oh, all right. Oh yeah. Don't need you anymore. So, very pretty book. I mean, yeah, like that looks very pretty. Like I like the artwork on it. can't really, obviously I can't really make anything out, but yeah, this is just, it's also 70 megs, so I'm like, wow, this thing's fucking huge. But yeah, no, I'm gonna call it there for today. We will continue work on, no, that's not it. No. No. We will continue work on Void Haunters today, I guess. Yeah, we'll continue work on Void Haunters. I need to work on that tonight, actually, get some things done with that. But I will see you all later today, most likely. Probably a little bit later stream tonight, because my mom said, like, oh, hey, I'm making more big dinner tonight, without really telling me. But, yeah. So, get ready for more midnight notepad. So, yeah. Godspeed, good luck, you know the rest.